Hello, ladies and gentlemen, with Sidereal Ascendant Virgo or Moon in Virgo for modern tropical astrology. This will be Libra. In this video, we will be looking at year 2026, how the next year will look like for you, for your ascendant, from sidereal and tropical perspectives. Now, I will be looking at the most important planetary aspects of the next year, heliacal rises of planets, which means their first visibilities, because they always mean some events. And also, of course, we will take a brief look at the eclipses, how the 4 eclipses of 2026 will influence your horoscope. Also, this will be general, but I will organize it month per month, mentioning also the most important months, meaning the months with the most important events, celestial events. Of course, if you want to have very detailed analysis with predictive value for 2026 and beyond, you may find me for consultation, and the link with discounted consultation for 2026 you will find under this video. Also, if you like, you may subscribe to my other channel, which is not astrological, even though astrology is my life, but it is about my farm, animals, planting, cooking, and things like that, jewelry making and so. So also the link will be under this video. So let's start with year 2026. Now, next year we are starting with 2 invisible planets, which will be Mars and Venus. So Mars and Venus will be invisible when we begin 2026, and the first important event will be on 9th of January, when Mars will make a conjunction with the Sun. First of all, briefly to tell you, when the planet is invisible, it means that when you look at the sky, you don't see the planet. The planet is hiding in the rays of the Sun. So it has very altered energy, very altered character. So when Mars is invisible, you don't see this typical in people. Also, the impact of Mars in your horoscope, this is not the typical Mars with his ambition, aggression, or martial behavior, like of soldier, for example. He is more secretive, and such he will be when he will meet the Sun on 9th of January, because they are having their meeting. Imagine this like they're having their conversation, the Sun and Mars, for your future regarding 4th house. And 4th house is your home, comfort zone, could be your business at home. And of course, it could be related to parents, but in general could be also related to land, property. So it's like they're deciding something, which later on, when Mars becomes visible, and this is 9th of June of 2026, you will see what it was meant. And with his first visibility in Aries on 9th of June, he will have influence on your 8th house, which is money from inheritance, insurance, unexpected sources, negotiations, business, entrepreneurship, and whatnot. So then it could also mean you know something new, secret knowledge, hidden truth, and so because of the nature of your 8th house. But this is about June. So to come back to the beginning of the year, so this is about January. In January we have another super important event, and this is the big conjunction, the big stellium of planets, which is happening in your 5th house. So you will have the invisible moon again, invisible Mars, invisible Venus, Pluto, Sun, invisible Mercury, 6 planets, and this is quite rare. It's not that invisible planets don't conjoin, but now you have 6 planets and all in Capricorn, which is your 5th house. So again, assembly of planets deciding something for your future, and this will be decision regarding 5th house matters, which will be gains, finances, creative knowledge, creative artistic deeds, like your artistic work, your creative activities, children too, which is pleasure, sex. This is fifth house, and like they conjoin there, so this can have impact on your romance, for example, romantic life, and also of course creative knowledge, creative activities, talented work. And could be that you change totally your interests related to this, to your talents, to creative knowledge, to studies and so. So this could be very, very interesting. So later on, so this is about January. Then in February we're starting with the eclipses. Eclipses are 4 in year 2026, and on the very same axis, because Ketu and Rahu, the two lunar nodes who are believed to be causing the eclipses, will be there. And this in your horoscope are the 12th and 6th houses. This is these are the house. This in general is the axis of health, but not only health as you being healthy or not, but it is also about health as subject. But it involves also enemies. It involves your routine. So these areas will be a little bit influenced by the eclipses. So especially if you have planets or luminaries on this axis, 12th, 6th houses, in February you may need to be a little bit careful, especially when it comes to health. So the first eclipse on the 17th February is solar, and it is happening in the 4th degrees of Aquarius, which is your 6th house. So this could be about you know, can influence a little bit, yeah, health, like sharp disease, like it's not necessarily when you know the risk, not risk, but the eventually challenges which the eclipse portal may mean. Of course, you will be more responsible for your health. Also could be this can generate a bit of disputes or disagreements with people, so also you have to be a little bit careful. So this is about the first eclipse. Later on, after the 17th of February, we have another very important event, and this is only a couple of days later, and this is Saturn and Neptune conjunction. I will speak a little bit more about this conjunction because it seems to be one of the most important events of the year 2026. In 2025, we already experienced Saturn-Neptune conjunction. Saturn-Neptune conjoined in the summer, in June, in July, also in August, always around the 7th degree. And then they meant, and you maybe felt it, big change. You see all these changes now happening in the world. The changes that are taking place now are mainly, not only, but to a very large degree due to this conjunction, because this conjunction always means change in the system, and it is going to be repeated for the last time, most powerful time, on the 20th of February next year. In your horoscope, this is your 7th house. Relationships, partnerships, also business-wise, but also in a romantic, private sense. So there you may experience changes in business too can happen. That's why around February you may need to be a little bit more patient, diplomatic with your partner, husband, wife, but also partners in business sense. So this is very, very important, because these conjunctions certainly would mean event. It would result in event. And also saying this, let me just remind you that also in year 2026, Saturn remains in your 7th house. Depends on how Saturn is placed in your own horoscope, but he may be a little bit challenging, especially regarding these matters which I just explained to you, the 7th house matters. So you may need to be a little bit careful and diplomatic with your partner, but also with partners in business and also in your business area and so. Because there are the changes which this conjunction may mean for you. So this is about the February conjunction. Then the next eclipse is on the 2nd and 3rd March. It is the total lunar eclipse, which is happening on the 18 degrees of Leo, 18 degrees of Aquarius. These are very important degrees. Very impactful, I would say, total lunar eclipse in your chart. This is the axis, like I said, again, the same, 12 sixth houses, axis of health, routine, and so. So yeah, this first, 2 weeks of March, try to be more diplomatic with people, because you don't know exactly what the eclipse means, for you, because the eclipses are portals for change, especially when they influence such important degrees. The 18 degrees of Aquarius especially is degree, sacred degree, and in Leo this is also degree with astrological star, so it could also have very spiritual influence on you for good. Of course, when you know, that's why I warn you already. Then this is in March. Also in March, interestingly, on the 3rd of March, Saturn is becoming invisible. He takes with himself something old, something that belongs to the past. And this is in your 7th house again. This is relationships, this is business, entrepreneurship, this is also partnerships, negotiations, and so. So Saturn takes away something old with himself. Later, when he becomes visible again, and this is happening in the on the 12th of May, he will bring to you something new regarding the same matters, the same areas of your life. So we move to June, and in June, very, very beautiful thing is happening, which is on the first week of June, Jupiter is entering his exaltation place, which is Cancer. And this is very beautiful because he will then aspect harmoniously your ascendant, your 7th house, and will bless your finances, gains, partnerships, not partnerships, yeah, also, but mainly your social circle, your social role, your social significance, children, projects, plans, and so. This is very good for you for 1 year. Also, like I mentioned to you, on 9th of June, Mars becomes visible, and I mentioned to you he becomes visible in January, invisible in he conjoins with the Sun. He's in January, and he brings something new for you in June regarding 8th house matters, gains from unexpected sources, hidden knowledge, and so many things in this regard. Money for your partner, money from partnerships, and so, so this is the appearance of Mars. Also, in July, we have the Uranus-Pluto trine, harmonious. This happens to be your 5th house. And your 9th house could be very good for creative knowledge, studies, could be blessing your media work. So this is quite powerful. And then also in the same moment, you have Jupiter-Neptune trine. Jupiter will be in your 11th house, Neptune will be in your 7th house, and this is good for, again, spirituality, blessing on your social circle, social role, social visibility, and so. Then further on in August, very important event, maybe one of the most important events of the year, which is the trine between Jupiter and Saturn. This is 31st of August. Jupiter and Saturn form trine. You see how in year 2024, 2025, with the square between Jupiter and Saturn, how this influences the markets in a difficult way, the finances of people, the finances of the world. But Jupiter and Saturn, when they form harmonious relationship, this is very good for the finances. It's a true opportunity for you. This will be also good for your partnerships, entrepreneurship, business, projects, plans, finances, children. So it will be benevolent. This aspect will be repeated one more time, and this will be in April of 2027. So this is about month of June, I forgot to mention when Jupiter is will be in his exaltation place in Cancer, he becomes invisible on 1st of September to become visible again on 30th of October. No, sorry, excuse me, on 18th of August. So this is the timing when we'll be missing Jupiter a little bit. You will see that there is not such amazing blessing during this short period of time. And then we come to, you see in August, the other two eclipses. 12th August, you have the solar eclipse on 18-degree Aquarius. Again, this is the same place. And the last eclipse of the year will be 27th, 28th of August, the partial lunar on the full axis of Aquarius. Leo, 10 degree, again, important degree, very important, very spiritual degree. It would say in Aquarius, this is the star for Mohat, one of the 4 royal stars. This would say, yes, could be that you learn very many things. This can have very good influence on your spirituality, awakening. But still, August is a month to be a little bit careful with people, to stay away from conflicts, and to be a little bit more responsible for your health. And maybe the last interesting event of the year will be Venus is becoming invisible in Libra, which is your 2nd house, on 1st of September. She means she may, with this invisibility, she may bring some, like, take away with herself some, finalize some financial matter or complete matters which are not needed for you, let's say financially. But later on 31st of October, she becomes visible again in Libra, and she may bring blessing on your financial status, or she can bring solutions related to some finances, financial projects, or some, let's say, she can solve disputes if you have with family members. And so this will be her role in your 2nd house. So, ladies and gentlemen, this will be of course my general analysis for you for the year 2026. The year will be very interesting, maybe a little bit more, what to say, we see great changes started in 2025, and they will be further going to completion, not yet completing itself in 2026. I wish you all the best. I think you'll be very lucky with the exaltation place of Jupiter. He'll be bless you in many different ways. So I wish you a great year 2026. And of course, like I mentioned, if you want detailed analysis, you know how to find me. My details are under this video. All the best. Bye bye.